We'll never get free, lay 'em to the slaughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed, your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's not fine. Oh, the people ain't happy, and the river has run dry. You thought you could go free, but the system is done for. If you listen real closely, there's a knock at your front door. We'll never get free, lay 'em to the slaughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? When there's blood in the water. Admit you were toxic. You poisoned me just for another dollar in your pocket. Now I am the violence, I am the sickness. Won't accept your silence, beg me for forgiveness. We'll never get free, lay 'em to the slaughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed, your son and your daughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? When there's blood in the water.
What's goody? What's goody? What's poppin'? What's poppin', chat? Hey, what's going on? It's been a while. Holy shit. Yeah, it's been like, what, 3 fucking months? Sub outer heaven. Yeah, and Brent Hell, like, shit, that's fucking crazy how I just, changed a lot and shit. It's been a fucking while since, I've been doing streams like these, because I'm going to mention you guys right here, right now. This stream is going to be fucking short. It's going to be about how I annihilated, that is, destroyed, and overcome my porn addictions, how I destroy the urges, and most importantly, how I keep myself setting it forward. Now, before I want to start this, stream, I hope you guys enjoy the intro, because, sometimes you gotta be, be cool with yourself, and yeah, but yeah, it's been a while Um, yeah, and it's tough to mention what I'm supposed to do right now because like I'm gonna give you like the fucking instruction how you guys are gonna give um um and thank you for support, guys. Thank you a lot. That I appreciate that. Um, yeah. So so today we're gonna discuss the topics because like I'm gonna mention this right here right now. There are 3 videos I'm gonna share. I hope it's not fucking long, but one of them has to do with the red pill and the blue pill and how we're supposed to like engage as a society, so that way um we can basically evolve as a better individuals throughout this process. It's not easy because nowadays, we're living in the fucking matrix where everybody, just doesn't get it, doesn't know what is going on, especially around in the spiritual realm, which I'll get that to the bit. But before I mention the spiritual aspect, I want to mention the physical realm as well. What we see nowadays is basically what people are not going to tell you about the truth about um, how I basically come to this part. And yeah, bro, look at these chats. Okay, but I'm not gonna concentrate on them now. It's like it's so super important for us to know how we can, destroy these types of addictions. It's not easy because the process takes time, like for most of us, because I have been dealing with um, a lot of shit for the past few years, and I can give you guys my testimony, um, my style, how I destroyed that shit. So my perspective, what I did was basically was trying to get isolated from the entire internet, like not using any single electronics throughout the summer, at least a week or so, or throughout a day or 3 or 2, or should I say 2 or 3, because 2 comes, um, before 3, and yeah. But yeah, it's like we gotta be honest with ourselves, people. You know, we living in the times where we basically see shit like, like people, talk about how uh, masculinity is toxic and shit, and um, yeah, I'm sorry I had to put Andrew on the timeout because I don't want to, include that shit. Um, but yeah, so how the thing is that the only way you can defeat this addiction is by creating your up mindset. Now, what I mean by that is that you have to be clear, honest with yourself. What is the purpose of living this life? What is going on to the society, and how should we know um, what is the truth behind this whole matrix thing series and all that stuff until the end. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna give you guys certain goals on how I destroyed it and how to basically fix your life just 20 or just 21 days, for instance. So, as Jordan Peterson once said, if you want to fix your life, start by fixing your bed, clean up your room. So, the only way you can basically destroy your addictions is by doing something else. And by fixing your life, start by fixing your bedroom and clean your room. Like anywhere you see junk around your desk, you know, do that right now. However, your ego is going to tell you No, 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 do that later. Be after this. Stream. Actually, you could do that right away. For those, if anyone wants to deal with self improvement, do that right away. Because your lizard brain is trying to speak and try to procrastinate you by telling you that you gotta, like, you should do it like later or right now. Nah, fight the laziness and do the work. Next is for those who want to um, always take a shower. You know, you gotta take a shower daily. Um, if you want to basically fix up your life, you have to take a shower daily. You know, because back in the days, especially back in the ancient times, our ancestors, they never had like, you know, two showers, anything like that. Where basically you could just go to the tub, and I mean, they have tubs, but they never had like any, sort of, sprinkling waters where you basically just, clean yourself, drastically, just like that. You have to clean yourself up, and that includes brushing your teeth as well. Next is to hit the gym. So if you want to stay busy with your life, because like I hear so many people, they want to like go around and say, well, I'm gonna do this shit later. I'm gonna, start by, tomorrow or shit. Yes, start your scheduling tomorrow, but you have to do this at the moment. Do not wait until, last minute. You gotta get your collective shit together and go full monk mode, because you have to be for real with yourself. Because the only way you can destroy this addiction is by following protocol, in life. There's no other way to basically, start doing some things and just, start by, you know, doing some other types of shit. You got to put yourself through the work. So, and no more porn and watching a lot of shit, like wasting time. You know, like I said, it's difficult to destroy, the porn addiction. Or the best way to destroy porn addiction is by elaborating, self control. Start doing research first and foremost. Because, like, if you want to start destroying porn, you got to start believing yourself that you could do this. Because, like, as your bro right here, we have been through all of struggles, been all through of obstacles. But doesn't mean we had to use that as an excuse, You know, regardless if we have a disability or something like that, that's another thing. But you know, start by doing something productive, and do not waste any more time on the shit that you're basically not going to fulfill for the rest of your life. And that includes your dopamine receptors. Your dopamine receptors will basically thank you a lot after, you basically started by just, doing some other stuff, and rather just, wasting time. Because if you're just gonna waste time on watching porn, unfortunately that's not gonna get your life successful. I'm just saying that right here, right now. And the next is to delete all social media from your, phones. Sometimes you can use social media like YouTube and stuff. Um, and that's the thing, bro. Because like, the only thing you can basically do in order to, to do 21 days, to fix up 21 days, is to start all the way tomorrow. Because like that's gonna be the first day where you basically just gonna start, um, and basically do um other things as well. And yeah, so but yeah, so for the moment that um I just want to mention that everybody needs some self improvement. And yeah, so always remind yourself that you learn every single day something new, So put it to the work. Do not procrastinate. And always remind yourself that you always come first before you say, yeah, that includes nutrition and diet and exercise. Yeah. So, only way you can basically approve of this is for the next 21 days, I want everybody to do 100 push ups. I don't care what form it is, because, like, it depends on your muscle strength. For instance, if you want to do a beginning push up setting, you gotta, find a way to make that push up valuable. You cannot just instantly do a push up on the floor, because then your weight is gonna, you know, loosen up. It's not gonna work. So my advice to you guys is to start doing a push up on the wall or on the stairs, because that's the easiest way to basically gain muscle. And yeah, 100 push and 100 sit-ups. Yeah, so do 100 sit-ups and follow instructions, and you will be ready to mirage your way through life. And the next thing you need to do is basically do pure discipline and productivity. Now, that's the thing, because, like, there are some checking lists that you gotta do for next day's 21 and beyond. You gotta rinse and repeat that. So there's a balance to be between pushing yourself to the limit and giving your body the rest it needs. So the gym exercises I would basically include is to do incline dumbbell bench presses, Bulgarian squats, Romanian deadlifts, Russian twists, jump rope cardio, Ukrainian lunges, that is also known as the Cossack lunges, where you're basically just, just spreading your legs, you know, on the right and the left side. Just keep one leg, forward straight, and just let your foot, straight up. And the next is to do chest press and plus push-ups with weights. So I usually do like push-ups, for instance, like with alongside with weights. So that way it can gain me more like muscle mass, I guess. And just always remind you guys, this is the only way to get basically busy with your day, and try to stay productive, and and the rest of the shit. So the next thing I want you guys to do is try to maintain your goals. Now, learn, measure, and understand. So learning, it takes practice. So what I just don't like about people is the fact that they go around and they start by doing, like, for instance, like, going around like learn, like going around the cycle. That's not how you learn. People thought that, oh, this is how you learn, but in reality, you're just basically not going in a concentration mode instantly. So what I discovered in a motivational core is that what we're supposed to do is to read first. And what am I saying about reading is that we got to read the statement. So we got to understand the statement. We got to understand what the poet has to say first, as my father said. Understand what the poet has to say, and then learn. So learning is basically like doing your research. Try to learn what the poet has to say. Then you apply, you adapt it. So you apply the meaning, and then you improve. So then you improve, that means you're remembering it. And yeah. Okay, guys, give me 100 push-ups, boy. I mean, I'm not gonna do that every single day, because I've done like 100 push-ups before. Like, I'll probably do I promise you guys this right here, right now. Andrew is giving me like a good idea. Like, for instance, I'm gonna do when next year starts. I promise everyone, every single one of you, that I will do 2024 push-ups. That's the goal. That's the goal. 2024 push-ups. Okay, if we hit a year or so, or I hope, God forbid, it's not gonna be the end of the world. But yeah, and another thing I want to like, and it's not all people. We gotta, mention. Yeah, it's pretty good advice. Um, but back to the topic. I don't want to waste any more time right now. Only way you can defeat porn, it's through your mentality. So it's basically your lizard brain that is talking to you, or as some people say, the devil is talking to you. Because remind yourself, your frontal cortex is basically the one that is going to basically tell you and say, "Hey, you know what? Because the frontal cortex, that is our primary visual cortex, um, locates in the back of our brain. Basically, is going to tell us where we're going to receive our processed visual information, and our retina is going to tell us like when what we got to do, in order to apply that information. Because our dopamine receptors, they gonna give us like various types of excitement, our excitements, and shit like that. But always remember, you know persuasion is a skill. So you gotta always realize that you have to process the creating, you have to reinforce yourself, and most importantly, change people's lives and beliefs in certain actions. Now, that's pretty difficult too, because persuasion actually does come from changing people's behaviors too, because you need to make sure your goals are ethically sound, and that you are using ethical methods to communicate your ideas. You got to meet certain obligations that can be especially challenging, and most importantly, when you speak to persuade. So, with that being said, it occurs where more perspectives exist. Like, let's say, for example, um, there are perspectives that when it comes to alcohol addictions, right? Or drug addictions. People are addicted to drugs. Drugs are 100% addictive. Alcohol can be addictive too, if you keep consuming that fucking bottle, and basically pour all the fucking time, and basically allow yourself to drink any sip a moment. And it's like, bro, we have to understand ourselves. This life is fucking temporary, and that's the sad truth, because you never know what you're gonna expect. So now I want to share everyone a video so that everyone can like listen to what this guy has to say, because um there's a specific person I want to like mention, and that is by the name of Steffes Cold. So if you guys don't know who that guy is, he's basically trying to gain self improvement to people who want to basically try to you know just to create a simple mindset to people. And that way I can basically show who this guy is, because like this guy, you know he knows a lot more than us. So let's go and start sharing a screen really quick. And as you see, my friends, as you see, boys and girls, this is the guy I was talking about. And let's just watch this video really quick, ASAP, so that we can basically uh, notice what's going on. Because and he has a really good title, "Why Having a Beta Mindset Will Destroy Your Mental or However Mental Health in General." So yeah, so this is a pretty good video that I watched. Opened my eyes really quick because I used to watch this like a week ago or so, and I kind of realized that I have a different mindset and stuff. So yeah, let's go right ahead.
YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Steph, man. Why you need to kill the beta mindset before it kills you?
Facts, facts. He's talking about why we need to let the beta mindset before it kills you. Like, why would I waste my time on something? You know what's disgusting is watching two people having sex on the internet. Like, imagine showing that shit to a fucking child, bro. Like, that's fucking nasty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, like, do not even dare showing pornography to your children. Otherwise, you will fuck up their heads too. So, let's keep it going.
And I'm gonna really dive deep into this topic, right? They sell us this American dream. Have kids, get married, find a wife, be happy, make her happy, do everything right, and be yourself. They give us the worst dating advice ever. Be yourself. Women don't like muscles. Women like sex.
Yeah, he does have a good point there. Women don't have a mindset, you know, women are nice, women don't like sex, yada, yada, yada. But the truth is, everyone has the urge to have a sexual attraction, you know, especially adults, mostly.
Women are nasty. Women are nice. They give you wrong advice about life. Take out a loan to get a job, to get the job, pay the loan back. Why you got what you hate? You ain't at the job that you want to work at. Go to school job to pay the school back. All this crap that they tell you about, man. Put her up here so you can be down here so she can step on you down here. Then she treats you like shit because you put her up here. That's all beta thinking. Chase her so that she knows that your worth. She knows that you find value higher than your value. Chase her. Make her feel welcome. Be nice. Take her out. Court her. Open the door for her. Oh no, never ask her for sex on the first date.
Yeah, everyone goes up to this guy. This guy is a true freaking legend, because he's speaking straight up facts.
If she gives a man sex on the first date, she is a slut. The American drinking. Give right, right. You probably the husband right now. You probably are a fucking cuck because you're beta. And the beta is killing you, mentally draining you. You've been in a marriage for 15 years, 10 years, 5 years with this woman who doesn't give you no sex. You validate her all of the time. You think the game is over because that's what society told us. Once you married her, you want her heart. In reality, when you first met her, you want her heart. You lost her heart when you got on your knees and gave her your heart. You fucking beta. You stand in the marriage for the kids. You suck.
He's talking straight up facts. Like, honestly, you know, many people nowadays want to say, oh, we're living in an American dream. Oh, I'm not proud of my ancestors. Instead, I want to, live in a fake ass nation. Like, no offense to the USA, because we're all Americans here. However, let's be for real. America is destined to be a multicultural country, regardless. Because this is the thing. We are meant to be a multicultural country in the first place. And straight up. So, for example, there are those, who gonna claim and say, hey, well, I find this stereotypical about my language, yada yada yada. Do not say that word. Well, bro, languages are languages. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing stereotypical about it. Yeah, sure, there are some words that you should not say, but there's nothing wrong with speaking another language, right? So we just have to be, understand ourselves, who we are as people. So, yeah, just straight up.
Suffering. You at work. You can't eat. You can't sleep. And you don't even want to have the thought of knowing that your wife is cheating on you. The beta in you is killing you slowly but surely. It's worse than poison. She doesn't even want to give you fellatio because the beta in you says that you should give her fellatio. The beta in you says that you shouldn't bust on her face. Well, that's what she really wants. She wants you to manhandle her. Right? The beta in you will stay in the marriage for the kids.
Straight up. Because, the only way we can destroy our addiction is by basically containing our semen. We need that semen retention, guys. So the only way we can, basically, because I'm gonna say this for instance, in my day 60 or so, there were so many people that were complimenting me, saying that I look attractive more. And that's just the thing. That's the thing. Like, people will find you attractive if, you keep doing the self improvement. You keep, doing the things you gotta do for your life. You keep that seed, doing semen retention. So yeah, straight up facts.
When you have the suicidal thoughts, that don't nobody know about but yourself. The beta in you is compromising your manhood to make her happy. Right? But they condition us happy wife, happy life, right? Because it's all about her. The beta in you says, we're all.
And that's the thing, though. There are people that cannot stop thinking about women. There are people that cannot stop thinking about, girls that they're into. They cannot stop thinking about, what are, and once they keep thinking about them, oh, next night, I'm just gonna imagine having, sex with them. That's, you're living in pure delusion, bro. Get that shit out of your head. You're basically putting a lot of lizardness in your brain, just so you could basically, you know, make certain distractions while you're not focusing on what you gotta focus. Like for instance, when you're on, let's say for example, a battlefield, right? You're fighting with the enemy. Then your mind is going off the charts, and you're thinking about something else, and then you're gonna say, "Hey, um, yeah, this is what I'm thinking right now." And then all of a sudden, your friend is telling you, "Hey, hello, hello, hello. What are you waiting for, bro? Focus on the battle." And straight up, you know, you gotta move forward. Do not think what you're gonna think right now, because I know so many guys, especially for my perspective and my experience, where I have like had thoughts about girls or women in general, and literally that's the thing though, because I had difficulty about not even thinking about it, and that's the usual part, because the most difficult part is to get her off your head, because you find her attractive, right? While she doesn't find you attractive, right? So what's the point of finding her attractive when she doesn't find you, you know, as that attractive? You know what I'm saying? She's not focusing you. She's not gonna, be with you, and instead you're gonna go home and you're gonna straight up thinking about her all the fucking time. You're gonna text her and say, "Oh, how I miss you. We remember this and that," and bro, it just proves that you want validation towards her rather than just having a validation to something else. And that's what porn does. Porn does the same exact shit. Cause I I remember when I was a kid, like, let's be for real, when we were kids, society teaches that boys should go after or chase girls. But the reality is it's supposed to be the other way around. Right, right. You can do that rant trilogy, bro. Because this rant trilogy that we're basically going to talk about, I'm not going to do any rants, because this channel is about self improvement. It's about certain goals that I want to share with you guys. Not all the goals, because all the goals are basically top secret, personal stuff. So maybe in the near future I will share some of it. But right now, at this moment, I want to share how I destroy, overcome my porn addictions. And yeah, definitely, most definitely, um, call out, basically the simps who want to go around and simp on girls, or women in general, and just tell them that it's not healthy for you, bro. It's not healthy at all to go around and do that shit, cause that ain't fucking healthy, bro. Straight up facts. Like, let's keep it writing.
All equal hypocrisy is good. I was once taking city buses from Milwaukee all the way down to Glendale and back to buy a bitch some chocolate when I found later too. Let me tell you something, bro. Everything that they told you is a fucking lie. Everything. It's not real. It's not real. And you have to kill the beta before it continues to kill you slowly. You have to resurrect that alpha in you that's deep down in every man, but he can't reach his most fullest alpha version of himself because the beta is killing him. The beta in you will fight the man that fucks your bitch.
Straight up. Straight up facts. It's like, you know, it's already like 40 minutes, but I'm just going to keep, you know, grinding, you know, until I want to, you know, explain my other points. But yeah, that's basically it for this video right here. Yeah. Yeah, there's no future whatsoever in this country. Exactly. It's just, there's just no point. Like, cause like every single time, you know, on television, they're just gonna, you know, come up with something. You always, everything you do, you see right now, is just about politics in general. Like, screw that shit, honestly. Like, it's really really awful these days that people are now gonna, you know, start by doing, you know, procrastination on the other thing, but when they basically, you know, start, you know, watching some other shit, like for instance, you know, start basically doing workouts or certain things, they'll get tired and, you know, but then the problem with that is that's because their brain is just not wired for that. It sucks to be like that. It really does. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so that's basically probably the only video I can basically, you know, try to give you guys. But let me just give you guys my backstory really quick about this addiction that I used to have. Growing up, I usually never thought these types of stuff ever exist in my life. And it all happened since back at school, where I started, you know, just mind my own business until I see people, you know, laughing on, you know, watching some certain stuff, and they started laughing. You know, I was like, what are they laughing for? So I checked and see what they were laughing for, and they saw two people fucking with each other. Now I was like, wow, this stuff I never actually thought this actually existed. And I was like, you know what, whatever, just you guys do your thing. I'm not gonna even bother, you know, going into that. But then as soon as I come back home, I started researching about some certain stuff, and it then you know bring me some enjoyment, you know, and I start, you know, going to the other room, you know, and that's where I started being addicted to it. Later, um, at the age of 12, that's where I started, you know, fapping to random shit, and literally that was the beginning of my addiction, and that didn't stop until at the age of 18. And then I realized the truth about these addictions until 18 years old, around 17 to 18. And I quitted this addiction when I was like 19. However, it went back to my 20s a little bit, and that's where I destroyed it. Because, yeah, Indeed, bro. Indeed. Exactly. I'm trying to be more faithful as well. Be more faithful to God. And that's the thing, because like what's wonderful about quitting this addiction is that you're gonna believe in God more. You're not gonna concentrate on these addictions. And that's that's like the most wonderful thing you can basically experience in life. I'm not trying to evolve religion or anything like that, but what most people do not understand is that, you know, God has to do with loving other people, trying to, you know, warn us that these things exist, trying to warn us that hey, we should not do that. But hey, movies, games, yeah, yeah. I'm I was into rated R movies as well, but uh, nowadays I'm just concentrating on self improvement. I'm more into like anime, you know, not a lot of you know oriented stuff that has to do with so many other shit. And that's the thing. We got we got a lot of shit that we got to work in our lives. So whether it's work, whether if it's school, and whatever it's our preference, we got to make sure it's yeah. Do you want to make an appearance? Um, sure, sure. Um, just let me know when you're gonna call me on that, and I'll see what can I think about it. And yeah, that's the wonderful thing. So wonderful thing is when you research about your faith more, the more you'll basically um go to becoming a newer version of yourself. On your rants. Sure, sure. That'll be nice. That'll be really nice. We're gonna talk about certain things, but yeah. Um, but next stream is basically scheduled by Kylie herself. She wanted me to making it a stream on somebody, which is upcoming to my schedule. I'm not gonna mention that person right now, right here, right now, but that has nothing to do with this stream. So yeah. Um, Now another thing is that I want to mention right now before I end this stream is to become better. Okay, so there are certain things you must make progress towards your goals, because if you're basically pursuing these goals, if you're basically trying to forget um and focus on here and now, you that will be your primary focus, and that will be driven to achieve these types of ambitions, these goals. And in order to achieve these goals, you gotta obsess over the progress that you're interfering now, because when you use your pain as a part of your fuel, that will bring you to success. So yeah, can you finish off the trilogy with giving my viewers advice? Of course, that will be not a problem. I'll give you the advice um once I'm gonna be part of that trilogy, because I'm against I'm against anything right now, and it's final. And yeah, of course, because in the near future, hopefully, we will talk about Sims, especially in cartoons. Um, Send me your part when you're ready. All right. So the next part is to basically bring senior attention. Senior attention will change your life. And I have noticed that people will probably disagree with me. However, senior attention will definitely change your life. And it will give you straight up self-esteem boost. That is your self-confidence. It give you creative energy, a strong connection to God. There will be no more simping. You must have clarity, and there are other things that you gotta focus on. And basically, most importantly, you gotta focus on career. So, in order to do this, we must continue to retain, and in order to do so, we must follow what is necessary for our lives. Like for me, for instance, um, for me, I want to, you know, read scriptures, read the Bible, for instance. That helps me a lot. I want to meditate. Meditation gives me a full potential to a person who I am. So always abstain this this world, you know, the lies that they're telling you, because it's crazy how people are gonna tell you that oh, masturbation is it's normal. Yeah, like everyone, you know yeah, sure, it's normal in animal nature. That's understandable. Too much, that's that's the problem. That's the problem. You should not go around and having too much of that as a part of that. So yeah. So um this will be the end of the stream, and I'm gonna give you guys an advice. So when you start having the sacrifice, the dedication, the self-denial, that is love. That is love. Prove yourself worthy towards your actions, not with words. It could be other way around. Remember, you know, actions always comes first no matter what. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Not words. Words can give you some consequences too, but not actions, because actions do things a lot of worse. Gonna say that right here, right now. You gotta know your flaws. Know your strengths. There will be obstacles. There will be mistakes. But I just want to let you guys know, with hard work, anything is possible, and there will be success for anybody. You gotta stand up for what is right and what you believe in. Believe in yourself. Always remember who you are. Never forget who you are. What is your purpose? And always learn continuously. So always remind yourself, these are the primary rules of back in the ancient times. So likewise, whenever you do something, never retreat, never surrender. Always do it necessary. Make sure you're doing what is right. Make sure you're doing it on time. And most importantly, make sure the sacrifice is worth it. That is the advice that I'm going to give to my viewers. And that is it for this stream. So, hope you guys enjoyed this stream. It's almost like 55 minutes. And um yeah, yeah. Hopefully I'll make a part 2 about this. And um let me give you some backstory really quick. And yeah. So before I go, I just want to say that pornography addiction can be terrible. It is hard to destroy this addiction. It is very, very hard. Because like that's probably one of the most toughest challenges you could ever face. You gotta maintain a healthy relationship that requires effort and commitment to your life. You gotta do that. You have to do that. You know, there's no other way. There's just no other way. By you know by doing it. You know, this is it. This is it. This is it, my friends. This is it, boys and girls. Remember. Always remember, no, just do not be yourself. Because that's like really the worst advice people can ever give to other people. However, maintain yourself. Focus on yourself. Why am I here for? And that's the end of it. So, this is the end of the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you dislike this, not a problem. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. Change your mind if you don't want to. And I'm out. Peace.